coincidentally. A collection here of a baby's unskilled latch, a ferocious mouth on my flesh, giggling as milk spills from his lips, himself milk drunk in a perfect, guileless sensuality of the purest bodily erotic. Here is satiety and pleasure and safety here. And here, in a more flattened curve, a story of empty sadness when that time of nursing was over. And a piercing, sharp, shocking, through a darker and far less perky nipple, with a lover and a husband holding my hands, as if finally to mark a period ending. These breasts are not ruined. There are more interesting stories to be written, both on my breasts and other places. My husband's body, too, is covered in heartbreak, stoicism, sweetness, longing, his sticky candy tastes and dark scents and stories that are not for sharing here. But I can read the poems on his skin, and he reads mine. Why such callous disregard in that statement, ruined? A lover's body is the ultimate adventure in erotic literature. There's so much to read and so many places to write. This spot makes you gasp. You want more. And this spot makes you moan, it's too much. This thrust calls out a scream, feels like a lightning bolt of heaven. This place with a finger drawn round and round and round in concentric circles, and a hand stroking upward makes you come. From red handprints on skin to leaving invisible, indelible marks feeling on flesh, we are now roadmaps of the erotic. Knowing you without words, wordlessly, beyond words, past words, in pleasure's control, is truly seeing into you, seeing who you are, letting you see me. And I still come back to that word, ruined. What about the sensuality of kindness? Words mean things. And what we say out loud is how we see the world. And are all of us that worried that we're going to be ruined, or we will be as we age? Worried we'll be irrelevant, impotent, disregarded for sagging breasts or thinning skin or growing guts? The pubic hair grays, you know. Scrotums drop. Vaginas that were once flowing natural springs are overtaken by hormonal deserts requiring lubricious supplementation. Penises that formerly stiffened eagerly in seconds now take a longer time, sometimes needing scientific enhancements to cope simply. It's true. No matter, though, that our bodies age, inside our minds are still the most Dionysian of desires. Years ago, I received a come on, one of my very favorites, from an 80-year-old ex-sailor with emphysema and a proclaimed penchant for cunnilingus. He couldn't fuck me. His dick didn't work, but he could damn well go down on me, and how did I feel about that? We were in a nursing home, and I figured his oxygen mask needed to stay put, so I demurred with a wink and a kiss on the cheek. But it's fair to say we lust and desire the young because they are beautiful, but it is possible also that the desire for them is because they show us where we have already been. We know these stories, we've written them, but we just like a little bit more. Perhaps my sailor wanted one final seafaring tale on the bottom of the young, and mine was there and ready for the telling. Ruined. Fuck this unkindness. Though I push back against the inevitable decline, I have fears of my own, from my own family's mangled genetics, their bodies already ahead of me, written upon by life in nightmare scenarios. That's fear enough to worry about, let alone this quote, this most unkind quote about tits and aging. We must listen only to the voice of this desire in our minds. We need to hear the voice screaming inside of us like a dryad caught in the bark of a tree, like rings of trees inside us from youngest to our oldest self. That one ring doesn't age, but stays present and white hot if we just feel for it. That ring calls out to us past all the other aging layers, to fuck, to play, to drink, to seduce, to dance and rage against the impending years, to want so much that your body aches to be thrown, divided, devoured, torn apart, and yes, ruined. Ruin me with your body, destroy me with your life, until there is nothing left but me as my Anne. Listen to that ring. Even when the mirror is telling you that youth is good and gone, you'll still know it's there. I know in my heart our bodies are meant to be ruined from each other, from living life, meant to decline like temples, first strong and shining, into rubble of achy bones and weathered skin. Our aging bodies remind each other, partner to partner, that we are not new anymore. This is hard, and it is scary, but it is beautiful. Let us ruin each other with our sex and love and pain and see each other fully without words. We will wear our history in our bodies, and it will tell us who we are. Our poems will lead us to birth and to death, and they are holy, all.